It's difficult to watch scenes from Beijing right now without feeling a deep sense of sorrow, beyond the headlines and rainfall totals. This disaster is about people, families whose routines were shattered overnight. Children pulled from their beds by emergency alerts. Elderly residents helped down dark stairwells as water crept closer to their doors. When historic rains began falling over the capital, few could have imagined how quickly life would change. Streets that carried commuters just hours earlier became rivers. Familiar neighborhoods were transformed into landscapes of uncertainty. Subway entrances filled with water. Power flickered. Sirens echoed through the night. But behind every flooded street is a human story. A shop owner watching years of work disappear beneath muddy water. A parent trying to reassure their child while silently worrying about what tomorrow will bring. A rescue worker wading through chest-deep currents, not thinking about exhaustion, only about reaching the next stranded family in time. The scale of the flooding is historic. Rivers surged past warning levels. Entire districts face evacuation orders. Transportation halted. Communities were cut off. Yet, even in the middle of fear, something powerful emerged. Compassion. Neighbors opened doors to strangers. Volunteers formed lines to move supplies. Emergency crews worked through darkness and rain without pause. In shelters, families shared food, blankets, and quiet words of encouragement. In moments of crisis, humanity becomes visible in its purest form. Beijing is a city known for its strength politically, culturally,
for response.
Historically, but this moment reminds us that strength is not only measured in infrastructure or skylines. It is measured in how people stand together when the unexpected happens. Floods do more than damage buildings. They disrupt stability. They test emotional endurance. The uncertainty after the waters rise can feel just as heavy as the rainfall itself. Questions linger. When can we go home? Is it safe to drink the water? How long will recovery take? And still, amid soaked streets and damaged homes, resilience grows quietly. Children holding hands in evacuation centers. Strangers offering phone chargers and warm drinks. Rescue teams returning again and again to flooded blocks. These are the images that matter just as much as the dramatic footage of rushing water. Extreme weather events like this are becoming more intense in many parts of the world. Historic rainfall is no longer something that feels impossible. But while climate patterns and infrastructure debates are important conversations, today is also about empathy. It's about remembering that behind every statistic, every millimeter of rain, every thousand evacuated, there are human lives in transition. My thoughts are with every family displaced, every worker standing in dangerous conditions, and every community member helping others through uncertainty. Recovery will take time. Streets will dry. Repairs will begin. But emotional recovery requires patience and support. If you value thoughtful, human-centered coverage of major weather events, not just the numbers, but the stories, consider subscribing to Weather Floods. We aim to report with clarity, context, and respect for the people affected. In moments like this, staying informed is important, but staying compassionate is just as essential. Stay informed, stay prepared, stay kind,